My soul sword spirit fell in love. He's obsessed with a cold female spirit. Today he begged me to write a love letter. Tomorrow he'll cry to his sheath Russ. Every time they break up, I have to go see the female spirit's master, the legendary icy and Sect leader. My sword spirit upset yours again. She got mad. He hugged his sword and sneered. How many times? I stammered 8 or 9. Later, my sword spirit came crying again. But I had no time. I started dating his crush's master. Boo-hoo, he dumped me again. I am done for. I'm not good enough. Sob. I watched my sword spirit Jian trembling and crying in its sheath. I sighed. When will this end? Why is such a powerful sword so pathetically lovesick? I tried to pull him out. Stop crying. You'll rust again. I can't maintain you like this. Wow, even you scold me. What's the point of living? Leave me to suffocate in my sheath. Drown. More like. Ancestor, I beg you. If you don't come out, what do? You don't care. Find another. No one in this world cares about me. Wow, fine. I'll take you to him. He zipped out of the sheath with a hand seal. A few tears splashed in the air. Really? Really? Truer than your love brain. Let's go. I picked him up to fly. Wait, wipe the dirt off your shoes first. I took a deep breath and cast a cleaning spell. Satisfied? Barely. I must be clean to see Rongyue. Funny oncoming. His crush, that cold, elegant sword spirit. How did she fall for this fool? I stepped on Ji Yan and flew to Xuanzhou Sect. This was the 3rd time this month. First time, Jie Yan made an ugly rose with sword energy. Rongyue slashed it. Second time, he yelled, Rongyue is the most beautiful. In public, she ignored him for 3 days. 3rd time. Let's not talk about it. Xuanzhou's gate was grand, shrouded in mist. The guards saw me and just let me pass. Miss Shan is here again. Yeah, I chuckled dryly. Need to see your sect leader. The disciples dragged out their words. Eyes mischievous. You're misunderstanding. Mo Xuan, the cold-faced god of death, killed countless with his sword. He never spoke much, but his sword spirit was a tsundere queen. I stood outside his cave, took a breath, and knocked. Sect leader Mo, you there? So the door opened with a cold voice. Enter. I pushed it open. Mo Xuan sat meditating, his soul sword across his lap. The icy Rongyue blade like frost. That Jie Yan, seeing her, immediately broke free and flew around her. Rongyue, I'm here. Miss me. Rongyue's lead trembled. A cold female voice. Scram! Jie Yan wailed. Wow, life's so mean. I love it. I was speechless. So embarrassing. Mo Xuan opened his eyes. Miss Chan, how many times is this? I braced myself. 8 or 9? Jie Yan half ashamedly rubbing against Rongyue. Hey, Rongyue, don't ignore me. I really changed this time. You said that last time. This time it's true? Huh. I held my head. Sect leader Mo, can you talk to your sword spirit? Mo Xuan was expressionless. Mine never listens. Let it be. Kids will be kids. I can't control it, but I have to. This is my only soul sword. Who will pity me? Finally, after Jie Yan's relentless pestering, Rongyue agreed to give him one more chance. Jie Yan flew back joyfully, buzzing with excitement. Master, she forgave me. She cares. I'm glad you are happy. On the way back, Jie Yan kept chattering. Master, what should I give her next time? She didn't like the flower. How about a bunny? How about you just shut up? No, love needs expression. I was speechless, tired. Let it all burn. As expected, the reunion lasted only 3 days. On the 4th morning, Jie Yan was crying in his sheets again. Why, she dumped me. I was losing it. What now? Jie Yan, he said, I'm too loud. And he's right. I sighed, about to head to Xuanzhou Sect again, when a message arrived. Miss Shen, please come to Xuanzhou Sect. It was Mo Xuan's voice. I arrived cautiously. Sect leader Mo, you called. Mo Xuan was stone-faced. Rongyue wants to see Jie Yan. I'm just a pawn in their game. Who uses breakups as flirting? Jie Yan chimed in. My wife misses me. She loves me so much. Rongyue was smug. You simp. Even angry, she's beautiful. 3 days after they got back together, I was lying in my shabby cave, sunbathing, hoping for some peace. Half asleep, a huge boom. A sword slash tore off half my roof. Set up, covered in dust. Jie Yan was spinning wildly in the air, sword energy out of control. Jie Yan, what the hell? Masters, help, I am too excited, can't hold it. I took a deep breath to calm down. Then an icy sword beam fell from the sky, pinning Jie Yan to the ground. Mo Xuan appeared in the air, his gaze freezing. Miss Shen, he said slowly, your sword spirit destroyed 3 of our mountain protecting arrays. I looked helplessly at my sword. Jie Yan whined. Sorry, I was just happy. Rongyue's voice was cold. Idiot! I tried to argue. Sect leader Momo, I can pay with spirit stones. Mo Xuan glanced at me. 3 arrays cost 1 million high-grade stones. I was stunned. How much? I'm a broke rogue cultivator. My total wealth is under 100 low-grade stones, and he asks for 1 million high-grade. Jie Yan whispered, Master, maybe we should run. I grated my teeth. Run? You caused this. You fix it. Mo Xuan said flatly, since you can't pay, stay here and repair the erase. He added coldly, until the debt is cleared. Jie Yan whispered, Master, just go with it. This way I can see Rongyue every day. What choice do I have? Can I run? So this rogue cultivator was stuck at Xuanzhou Sect. On day 3 of hard labor, I knew true misery. Machine made me start repairing at 3 a.m. Sect leader. I protested with dark circles. Roosters aren't up yet. He was polishing Rongyue's sword, not looking up. Roosters don't have debts. Ouch! Jie Yan was energetic, hovering around Rongyue. Good morning, wife. Another beautiful day. Rongyue, get lost. I resigned myself to work. Repairing the arrays was harder than expected. Injecting spiritual power into the notes, fixing the patterns bit by bit, it drained energy and time. Oh no! I overdid the power, and the note exploded. Mo Xuan appeared behind me instantly. Miss Shen, that's the 4th note you've blown up today. I was about to cry. It's not my fault your 6 arrays are too complex. He handed me a pill bottle. Take it and continue. I took it, muttering, "Tyrant." I said you are so considerate. Isn't the debtor supposed to be the boss? I feel like a slave. Soon, I collapsed on the bed, exhausted. Jie Yang was bragging. Master, Rong Yue praised my sword polishing. I was dead inside. Oh, congrats. He said I can do it every day. I repeated, whatever makes you happy. Jie Yang lowered his voice. Master, I think Mo Xuan likes you. I choked. What nonsense? Really? I saw him sneaking glances at you while polishing. You must be mistaken, Jie Yan insisted. My vision is 20/20th, no mistake. He flopped back down. Oh, he's probably plotting how to kill me. Just then, Mo Xuan's voice came. Miss Shan came out. I scrambled to straighten my clothes, pushing the door open under the moonlight. Mo Xuan stood with hands behind his back, white robes like snow. Chief Mo, something to discuss? He handed me a food box. I opened it to find exquisite pastries. Rong Yue, they said you are too thin, affecting work efficiency. I took it with mixed feelings. Thanks, Chief Mo. I feel offended, but the pastry smelled great. A few days later, I couldn't hold it in anymore. While Mo Xuan was away, I snuck down Xiao Mountain. Ji Yan struggled. You're escaping? Jing, take me. I have a wife. I can't leave her. Escape my ass. Just getting some air. You and your wife? Didn't she break up with you again? Even if we broke up, she's still my wife, and I'm so good, she'll take me back. I rolled my eyes, speechless, down the mountain. I felt free again. I strolled leisurely through the market. Bought Jay in a cold stone for maintenance. He was crying last night about not being shiny enough, afraid Rong Yue would reject him. Just as I paid, a clear voice came from behind. Miss? I turned around. A handsome young man stood a few steps away, cheeks lightly red, bright eyes sparkling. Took a deep breath, stepped forward as if gathering all his courage. Miss, you are graceful and ethereal. Seeing you, I feel completely enchanted. May I ask your name and where you live? My surname is Yan, given name Qing. I am a formation cultivator. He finished, nervously clutching his sleeve, ears red. What kind of ancient-style guy is this? Feels like he's about to say, I should wander the world. I was stunned by this sudden confession. In all my years, I've had admirers, but never one so unique. Looking at Yunqing's clear, nervous eyes, I couldn't help but smile. Jian screamed in my mind, wow, master, sure? Have luck with romance. Wait, aren't you ditching Chief Mo? I ignored him, waved at Yunqing. Young friend, you don't know me, but you have good taste. Before I could finish, my eyes lit up. Wait, you said you're a formation cultivator? Yunqing was startled by my raised voice. He nodded instinctively. Yes, I know a bit about formations. A bit is enough. I excitedly almost jumped, grabbing his wrist. Come on, where to? Yunqing stumbled, face redder. I have a money-making, nation-serving peacekeeping project for the cultivation world. I really need a formation expert. I dragged him back to Xuanxiao Mountain. Speaking quickly, Xuanxiao Sect's mountain protection array is destroyed, right? We need help fixing it. If you can help, it's great merit, plus room and board. Jiyan wailed in my head. Master, what are you doing? Bringing some pretty boy back, a rookie formation cultivator, to face Mo Xuan's icy face? Are you asking for trouble? I have no time for him. I dragged Yunqing, dazed, to the foot of Xuanxiao Mountain. Just as we arrived, Yunqing suddenly said, Miss, the array you mentioned is Xuanxiao Sect's. I kept laughing. Yes, Xuanxiao is a big sect. Fixing it brings many benefits. Yunqing suddenly broke free, shouting joyfully, Uncle! I looked up to see Mo Xuan standing before us. Yunqing said something. Uncle or chirp? Mo Xuan frowned. Why are you here? Yunqing scratched his head. I'm traveling and met this lady. I stared at Mo Xuan in shock. He's your nephew? Mo Xuan nodded likely. My sister's son. Jiyan laughed in my mind. Haha, master, you're town for. You tricked someone to help with your debt, and he's the creditor's nephew. Haha, I wanted to cry. People can't be this unlucky. Yunqing, oblivious to the awkwardness, excitedly said, Uncle, this lady said she'd take me to fix the mounting array. I can practice. Yeah, it's formations. Mo Xuan gave me a cold look. Miss Shen is quite enthusiastic. I forced a laugh. Of course. Jiyan, master, why are you so timid? Show the guts you had tricking her nephew. Go, shut up. Mo, Xuan said, since you're here, come up the mountain together. Yunqing happily followed. Uncle, my dad, he told me to bring you some formation books. I stood there, not knowing whether to stay or leave. Jiyan asked, Master, you're not thinking of running, are you? A bit arrogant, shouting to stop. If you run, who'll help me chase around you? I still need you to write love letters. No love letters? What a suicide note? In the end, I still braced myself and followed. Yunqing settled in at Xuanxiao Sect. This kid looks dumb, but he's really skilled with formations. That to know a bit was clearly modest. With his help, repairing the grand formation sped up a lot. After he learned my surname was Shen, he kept calling me Sister Shen. Sister Shen, look, isn't this vibration pattern better fixed this way? Yunqing crouched on the ground, seriously tracing the formation lines with spiritual power. I leaned in to look. It was indeed more efficient with spiritual power. Of course, he proudly raised his chin. This is my dad's unique Yun family formation. I was about to praise him when suddenly I felt a chill down my back. Turning around, I met Mo Xuan's icy gaze. For some reason, I suddenly felt guilty. Nay, sect leader, I instinctively moved aside, farther from Yunqing. Mo Xuan spoke calmly. Yunqing, go to the library and get the Yuntian formation solution. Now, Yunqing scratched his head. But this formation pattern isn't now. Yunqing had to get up. Alright, Sister Shen, I'll be back in a bit. To continue, after he left, Mo Xuan walked to where I was and crouched down, his slender fingers lightly touching the formation lines. The spiritual power flow here is wrong. His fingertips accidentally brushed against the back of my hand, and my heartbeat inexplicably quickened. I see. I quickly withdrew my hand. Thank you for the guidance, Sect Leader Mo. He stood up. Are you nervous? No, I denied. Why would I be nervous? Yunqing is young. He doesn't know how to care for someone. Wait, what does that mean? I hesitated, then said, oh, that's good. Mo Xiang's face turned cold. Jiyan shouted in my mind, Master, you idiot. He said Nanjing doesn't know how to care for someone. And you said, that's good? You're going to piss him off. I finally realized and quickly tried to fix it. I meant it's good that Yunqing is young, not that it's good he doesn't know how to care for someone. The more I explained, the worse it got. Mo Xiang's face turned even colder, and he turned to leave. I scratched my head. I'm screwed. Jiyan gloated. You were indirectly calling Mo Xuan old. When did I call him old? Think about what you just said. It kinda sounds like that. I suggest you worship me as your master now, and I'll teach you how to win worldwide. Get lost. Jiyan and Zhongyue were fighting again. This time, it was because Jiyan secretly used sword energy to carve Rongyue. My wife, I love you, on the cliff. Passing disciple saw it and started cheering. Rongyue was so mad she froze him into an ice pop. Master, save me. I'm about to be frozen to death by my wife. Jiyan sent me a telepathic message. I was busy repairing the formation. Serves you right. How can you be like this? I'm your life-bound sword. Now you remember you're my life-bound sword? Why didn't you think of that when you were causing trouble? Jiyan said pitifully. I just wanted to give Rongyue a surprise. I rolled my eyes. Surprise? Where's the surprise? Just then, Mo Xuan's voice came from behind. Miss Jen. I turned and saw her holding the frozen Jiyan. I took this unruly sword and gave an awkward laugh again. Sorry for the trouble again. I made him angry, and my sword spirit made his sword spirit angry. Where else could you find such a miserable pair? Mo Xuan said expressionlessly. Rongyue said she doesn't want to see him for 3 months. Jiyan immediately wailed. No, 3 months is too long. I'll miss Rongyue to death. I slapped the sword hilt. Shut up, Dai. Mo Xian looked at the formation. How's the progress? Not bad. And Yongqing? He went to the library. Mo Xuan nodded. Good. I was confused, but he ignored me and left. That night, Jiyan was still heartbroken over being rejected by Rongyue. Master, why doesn't Rongyue understand my heart? I lay on the bed, lifeless, because you are too noisy. Impossible. Rongyue said she loves hearing me talk. Whatever. I turned over. Then why did she freeze you into an ice cube? Jiyan was silent for a moment, then suddenly had a flash of insight. I know. It must be those cheering disciples who made her angry. I'm going to find them and settle the score. Stop. Look at the flying sword. You're not causing enough trouble. Jiyan struggled. Let me go. I must fight for love. I held him down. Keep it up and I'll throw you in the cesspool to fight with manure. Well, Jiyan went silent. Then he whispered, Master, you've changed. You used to help me. I sighed. It's for your own good. Rongyue is furious. The more you act up, the angrier he gets. So what do I do? Wait, how long? Until he calms down. When will that be? No idea. Go behave for a while. Next morning, I opened my door to find Yunqing in the yard, holding a bunch of wildflowers. Good morning, Sister Shan. She beamed. I picked these from the back mountain. For you, I froze. Thanks. As I reached for them, a chill ran down my spine. Turning, I saw Mo Xuan behind me, his cold gaze fixed on the flowers. Why does he always make me shiver? Is he blowing cold air on me? Yunqing cheerfully said, Sister Shen, let's fix the east formation today. I found the patterns fascinating. Mo Xuan, cut in. Yunqing, go practice swordsmanship. She looked confused. But uncle, I'm an array master. Go. She slunk away, rejected. I stood awkwardly, still holding the flowers. Mo Xuan walked over. Give me the flowers. I handed them over instinctively. He flicked his finger and they turned to dust. Those flowers are poisonous. Oh, at lunch, Yunqing came over again. Sister Shen, this is for you. She handed me a small wooden box. Inside was an exquisite array plate. It's an improved portable shield. Her eyes sparkled. I was about to thank her when another chill hit. I knew who it was without turning. Mo Xuan stood nearby, holding a food box. Shen Qingye. He called my name. I gulped. Thank Yunqing, and quickly ran to Mo Xuan. Jie said, Master, you look like a contested bride. Shut up or I'll hit you. Mo Xuan handed me the box. It felt familiar. Thanks, Chief Mo. He grunted, then looked at Yunqing. You, come here. She trotted over. Uncle, I finished the Xingqian battle array. Finished? What about the 9 revolutions array? Not yet. Go. She trudged off. I thought he always sets up so much just to say that one word. That night, studying the array plate, Jiyan suddenly said, Master, Mo Xuan is outside. I jumped. How do you know? I'm a sword spirit, super perceptive. What too bad Rongyue didn't come. I hesitated, then opened the door. Mo Xuan stood in the yard. He seemed to sense my gaze. He turned. I slammed the door, heart pounding. Master, why are you blushing? I'm not. Yes, you are. A knock came. I took a breath and opened it. Chief Mo. He stood still, hesitating. Then he said, the array plate Yunqing gave you is flawed. I was shocked. What's wrong? The pattern has defects. Prolonged use will backfire. I quickly took it out. Really? Yunqing wouldn't hurt me. He took it, tracing a line on the pattern. Here, the energy flow is blocked. I leaned in. My nose almost touched his finger. Wow, he smells good. I sniffed. He looked up. I stepped back. Thanks for the warning. He nodded slightly. Tomorrow, I'll give you a new one. He left. I closed the door and sighed. Jiyan snickered. Master, is Mo Xuan jealous? I rolled my eyes. Jealous my foot. Then why does he always interrupt you and Yunqing? I paused. Because he's an elder. He can't stand his knees slacking off. Jiyan wailed. Master, you are hopeless. Rongyue won't even see you. What? I can't go on. The next day, I got Mo Xuan's array plate. It was much more refined than Yingqing's, clearly special. I channeled energy, and the array activated, forming a perfect shield. Wow, I gasped that this is amazing. Jie Yan said sourly, Rong Yue never gave me a gift. I ignored him and happily put the plate away. Days passed. With Mo Xuan and Yang Qing's help, the array was fixed fast. My debt was almost cleared. Jie Yan, and Rong Yu's relationship improved. One night, Jie Yan excitedly told me, Rong Yue, talk to me. I said, what did he say? He said, scram. Keep trying. He used to hit me. Now he talks. That's progress. Yeah, you are great. I even collabed. Sunbathing one day, Yingqing rushed over. Sister Shen, what's wrong? He looked down. Mom wants me home. Good. You've been away long. Yingqing grabbed my hand. Sister Shen, I have something to say. I was startled. He took a breath, face red. I've really enjoyed being with you. Even though Uncle always interrupts, he paused, then braced. I want to say you're the most special woman. If you're willing, and Mo Xuan's voice cut in. Strange. How does he always show up? Yingqing flinched and let go. Your mother sent a Feizhao to pick you up. I almost laughed at that word. I bit my cheek to hold it in. Yingqing slumped off, then turned. Sister Shen, when I am strong enough, I'll come back. Mo Xuan frowned. No need. I stayed quiet. Before leaving, Yingqing waved. Sister Shen, wait for me. I waved back. Mo Xuan glanced at me, reluctant. I shook my head. No. The day the array was fixed. I almost cried. Chief Mo, is my debt cleared? I looked at him eagerly. He said, can I leave? In a hurry? No, but since it's done, the tea and screamed. Don't go, Master. Deng Yue secretly said he'll miss me. I was speechless. Mo Xuan asked, what do you think about Jie Yan and Rong Yue? What do I think? I looked with my eyes, but I didn't say that. I thought about it. Let them handle it themselves. Fine, then stay. So I, the former debtor, became an elder of Xuanxiao Sect. My job, spar with the chief Shen Qingyue. Focus. Mo Xuan stood with his sword. I held Jie Yan, wanting to cry. Chief, I can't beat you. Fine, I'll give you 3 moves. I charged. 3 moves later, he knocked my sword away. Jie Yan wailed, Master, you are so weak. How can I face Rong Yue? I snapped. You are not weak. Mo Xuan sheathed his sword. Same time tomorrow? Half a month passed. One night, meditating, I felt someone approach. I opened my eyes to see Mo Xuan by my bed. I almost jumped. How did you get in? He said calmly. The door was open. Oh, he handed me a jade slip. For you. I took it. It was a high-level sword manual. Teach you tomorrow. He laughed. I stood frozen. Jie Yan said slyly, Master, I told you he likes you. I was stunned. No way. Then why is he so nice? I'm great. Of course he's nice. Jie Yan said, Master, you are shameless. I replied, likewise. Next day, I was distracted. Shen Qingyue, Mo Xuan frowned. Raise your hand. I did. He came behind me, held my wrist, and put a hand on my waist. Push like this. His breath was on my ear. I froze. After practice, my face was hot. Jie Yan asked, Master, are you blushing? No, I'm hot. Then why is your heart racing? I exercise too much. I get it. Embarrassed and angry, I shoved it into its sheath. Shut up! That night I couldn't sleep. My mind was full of all I see is Mo Xuan teaching me swordplay. His breath, his warmth, his fingertips. I sat up, frantic. Ding you crazy. Jie Yan flew over. Master, you finally admit it. I swung a fist. Scram! Next morning, dazed, I went to practice. Mo Xuan was waiting. He glanced at me. Didn't sleep well. I rubbed my eyes. Just a bad dream. What about? I blurted, you kissing me. I wanted to slap myself. Mo Xuan froze. Jie Yan shrieked. Huh, Master, you're so brave. You're my idol. Zhong dragged her away. Shut up. Jie Yan's voice faded. I wish the ground would swallow me. That. I was joking. Mo Xuan stepped closer, his cold scent filling my face. Not a dream. My eyes widened. He gently kissed my lips. Now, it's not a dream. I was stunned, my hands and feet frozen. He saw my panic and smirked, slightly. Barely, but he smiled. What are you smiling at? I stammered. He smiled again. Happy, I replied instinctively. Oh, good. Nothing to ask? Ask what? About us. Huh? What about us? He frowned. You won't take responsibility. I was incredulous. For what? You dreamed I kissed you. I misspoke, but I really did. I was speechless. How's that my fault? He continued. So you must. I stared, suspicious. That logic doesn't work. Before I could argue, he kissed me again. Not lightly. Long after, I was weak-kneed in his arms. He touched my lips. Now can you take responsibility? Gaze, I asked. Why not you? Fine, I will. That night, Mo Xuan moved into my room, kicking Jie Yan out to stay with Rong Yue. I froze. What are you doing? He said seriously, warming the bed. It's my duty. I don't want you to take responsibility anymore. Too late. I sighed and shrank back. Sleep. He pulled me into his arms. Third practice tomorrow. I pressed against his chest, hearing his steady heartbeat. I asked, I am the sect leader's wife now. Still need to practice? He leaned in, warm breath by my ear. If you don't want to, we can do other things. I'll practice. I love practice. Days before the ceremony, Jie Yan was excitedly spinning. Master, you're finally marrying Mo Shan. Now I can cuddle Rong Yue every day. Rong Yue said coldly. Dream on. I was about to retort when I heard a commotion outside. Uncle, I heard you were getting married. Let me see the fairy. I opened the door to see Yongqing rush into the yard. Sister Shen, her eyes lit up. What are you doing here? Here for my uncle's wedding. Before I could answer, Mo Xuan spoke. Call her aunt. Yongqing's smile froze. What? Mo Xue walked over slowly, put his arm around my waist, and said calmly, she's your aunt. Yongqing looked confused. Jie Yan gloated nearby. Ha ha ha! Surprised? Big sis is no auntie. You are loud. Fu Annie, I'll shut up. Yongqing stared at me, then at Mo Xuan, and finally pointed at me shakily. Sister Shen, who are you? And my uncle. I paused. Well, it's a long story. Mo Xuan said, call her aunt. Yongqing was silent for 3 seconds, then turned and ran. Mom, uncle is bullying me.